Okay, so we talked about the setup. Okay, just a couple of things to run through there. Grip-wise, as we said, we don't want to be seeing that left hand too far over to the side, whereby we can see that part of the grip there. This is your old position before, okay? Right. This is your new one now. You can see your left hand now is covering that grip nicely. So your left hand now is in a much better position. The top of the grip now has disappeared. And if you can just about sort of make out the little line your thumb and forefinger make is now sort of pointing up towards your right shoulder there, okay? So it's in a much better position. That line on your thumb and forefinger there is probably going towards your left shoulder. So the hand is too far this. And what that was causing, as we said, when you went back now, the left wrist was what we call bowing, okay? Called bowing, like a bow and arrow, sort of bow this way, okay? And it was restricting your backswing to go back anywhere at all. So because of this, there's not much power being created, and you couldn't naturally get the club down to the ball. So to hit the golf ball, you required to drop your head and your body into the golf ball. And when you did that, if you did it too much, we hit the top of the golf ball, the ball scuttled off to the side there. Not enough, you might do some other shots there. The consistency wasn't going to be there, was it? Okay, so any variables of up, down, side, side, too many extra movements, the chance of hitting that golf ball consistently, very limited, okay? Think about hammering a nail into a bit of wood. You'd have your arm there and go up and down, up and down. It'd be one movement, one sort of plane of your arm. You wouldn't want to go and do that with you, or try and wing it around there and all these different things, okay? So with a much better grip there with that left hand. Setup wise for me as well on that right hand side, now this is the after, shall we say, that's the before. You're a lot more sort of neutral with your feet, and your general position with your body looks a lot more efficient there, sort of in line with the goal. This looks a bit sort of twisted with your left, but yeah, it don't quite look so good there, okay? But this on the right side is really, really good. The feeling, and we said now, is just trying to hinge the wrists into that L-shaped position, okay? So as the club goes back there now, we're hinging the wrist. Now your arms go back a little bit further, it's absolutely fine. We're getting more distance, okay, and you can control it now. That'll be where we're looking for. You get the golf club back just a bit further. But you can see the power now you're creating. That's your old backswing going back there with your old left wrist. That's your power now. You've turned your back to face the target. The club's not above your head. You've got a full wrist hinge. So when you come back to the golf ball now, you can unwind the body into the golf ball. Great strike as we get to the ball now, sort of shooting off the golf club there, up in the air, going about 75, 80 yards, which is brilliant. And look how much twist through the golf ball you've got there compared to sort of that one, where you just sort of flap your arms, your body's fully rotated, your shoulders now, with your shoulder now fully rotated around, the hips starting to come round. And in time, it's not a natural move now, for no one's ever done it. This right foot will start sort of rolling up onto its toe, and you'll get a little bit more movement. But to start with, that there is absolutely fantastic compared to where you were first swings there, which weren't too bad, to be fair. And I think the hand-eye coordination is very good. I mean, you hit the golf ball there before. The first 10 shots, there were 4 or 5 shots that were fantastic. The problem was the 4 or 5 shots that were really good were up here, and the 4 or 5 not so good shots were down here, either missing the ball or hitting the side there. We want to try and bridge that gap, so your good shot's a little bit better, which it now is, but it's a more of a consistent basis of hitting the same shot. At least you know now your golf ball's going to go at least 40 or 50 yards, rather than it might go 60, but it might go 6. I'd rather it go 50, 60 yards, and it might go 70, but at least it's going to go 50 yards with a full swing. So the 50-yard sign there, the red flag, the yellow flag, those sort of bases there, if you can get the golf ball at least to go that far with a full swing with that golf club, you've hit at least a good bad shot if you haven't quite hit it perfectly. And we're not going to hit every single shot perfectly. Golf is a sort of sport they call a game of imperfection, okay? It's not a game of perfect. You're going to miss-hit the golf ball. If you think you're trying to hit the golf ball on the sweet spot right in the middle of that golf club there, and how far that club is travelling from sort of here, if we go back to start, your club travelling all the way around then, all the way back, at about 40 mile an hour. And you're swinging a 3-foot metal object around your body, that 20 feet, to try and hit that spot that's about the size of your thumbnail. So you're not going to hit every single time out. We're going to miss it a few times, okay? But as long as we can get something on the club face, which you're doing now, it will at least go somewhere, okay? Yeah. So setup-wise, we said, feet as wide as your shoulders, which you've got there. Your spine angle leaning over the golf ball nicely. The grip was the one change we sort of made from your original setup, okay? Just making sure you're holding the club there now so the left wrist is on top. Like I said, if you want to try and get a checkpoint, just imagine you're holding your handbag down the side of your body. You sort of hold it in the fingers there as you come forward. You wouldn't hold it around there, and that would just be quite painful on the wrist. You might do that here in front of you and put your hand this way. I can see the grip. That left hand's a bit more on top. So if you want to just check, put it down with the left side of your body, hold the club, bring it in front of you, That's good. Exactly. Okay. And once you've got that better wrist.
Tennis, it used to be that you had to be aligned.
Yeah, exactly. With it. Yeah, exactly.
So it's very
similar kind of position. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're holding the club, and once you've got that left wrist position better, you can then hinge the wrists. If the left wrist is underneath as it was, it bows on the way back.
Well, I think it tends to, because the club at the end is heavy, isn't
exactly,
it?
Yeah, exactly. It wants a toe in,
so
exactly.
It wants to go that way.
Exactly, and that's why most golfers, when they start playing golf, will slice the ball to the right. So clubs are made now to try to hit the ball to the left. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Any questions at all on what we've been through there so far? No?
So
Happy days. Hit some more then. Let's go.